Content creation can change your entire life, and it changed mine. Back in 2023, I just quit my corporate sales job. I was miserable. I spent all my savings on leads there. It was kind of an MLM, but anyways, it was like I had $300 to my name. I was backed into a corner, and luckily, my good friend, he ended up commissioning me for a painting. I'll put it on screen right now. He actually saved my rent that month because in that same month I got a job back as a server at a restaurant near my house. January 1st, 2024, I decided to go all in on social media and find out why for 7 years I was unable to grow. Like when I tell you, I was completely obsessed with the algorithm and trying to figure out ways to manipulate it in order for me to grow. I was watching every single YouTube video, like promise you. And the only thing it really took was actually applying myself and setting myself some goals. One thing that changed between now and every single other time that I try to do this was that I didn't really give myself a choice. I left that corporate sales job not having any confidence in myself that I could sell anything. Like I couldn't sell health insurance, I couldn't sell my paintings. Like it was completely off. I had to regain that confidence, and by doing that, I was promoting myself online viciously. Real quick, if this is resonating with you at all and you want to work one-on-one, just shoot me a quick DM on Instagram. I answer every single DM. I've helped hundreds of creators get out of the rut of not having confidence with themselves to post online. See you then. Back to the video. After about 3 months on social media, I actually grew about 7,000 followers for the first time ever. Remember, since 2017, I was trying to grow. Through COVID, through everything, I was actually applying myself. It just never happened for me. But the 1 month I decided to track my goals and track my progress and put myself against a wall, it started to work. That's kind of, I don't know if that's coincidence or not, but that's how it is. Another 2 months from then, I had about 13K followers. Things were starting to build. The momentum was growing. The confidence within myself was growing. I actually ended up getting this place, and that's when I really flipped the switch, and I was like, okay, I'm changing my identity now. I have the confidence to sell my work. I can sell print drops. I can make sure I can do business. Like, you know what I mean? Like before I was completely complacent. I didn't think I had it in me as a person, but it was really just because I didn't have trust in myself. I didn't have faith in myself. And I literally had no conviction in my process. It just goes to show that sometimes just changing your environment just a little bit, even if it isn't changing your like hometown or changing whatever it is, changing your environment by getting into another space to actually think freely and create could make all the difference. So back to how content could change your entire life, I started to get brand deals. I started to get paid to post one video about a brand or about a product. That was unheard of. I was literally getting paid for my skills at this point. I know I was already getting paid for my skills as a server before, but it felt a lot different when it was actually through me and me only. Shortly after I was selling originals left and right, I really couldn't keep a hold of some of my paintings because people wanted them too fast. I wanted to have a solo show and actually exhibit my art. After a few more months, I kind of approached this crossroads where I was painting every single day, but I realized that I didn't necessarily like to do commissions for people. It was like veering me in more into like a business mind. I didn't necessarily like to paint as a business, but I was happy that I grew some confidence in the fact that I could sell something. Very, very beginning of my journey, I decided to make this why for myself, and it was to empower other creatives through self-discipline. Seeing as that I went through this huge change in discipline and identity and mindset, I want to help empower other creatives through self-discipline and find discipline in other creatives. Noticing that so many creators had so much talent and so much eagerness to find success, but so many of them lacked discipline just like I did. And since I went through that change, I felt like what a better person than to teach them how to actually find that success for themselves. Brings us to around September 2024, about 8 or 9 months after I found a little bit of success with social media. I decided to start teaching content to other creators and growing my mentorship that way. As I kept coaching and as I kept learning about teaching others, I realized that a lot of it wasn't even actionable things. It wasn't tactical algorithmic hacks or something that they really didn't know that I knew. It was basically implementation. It was the same way as some sort of personal trainer at a gym. Like you don't go to the gym and like get a personal trainer without knowing some workouts, you know what I mean? Like you can post a proper video. That's the whole point of what mentorship really is. In total, I just crossed $10,000 in self-investment through mentorship and coaching, which is insane because I never would have thought about spending that type of money on something other than college, you know, something other than a student loan, just to level up my skills and get better at what I do for business. In my mind, if you pay, you listen. I could hear the same exact information on a free YouTube video, and if my coach told me the same exact thing, I would actually implement it into it. I don't know why. I hate that it's like that, But it is the biggest life hack ever if you actually can hone in on that and understand that about yourself. Not everyone's like that. Some people can implement, but for some reason, when there's no stakes on the line, you just feel comfortable and you don't feel like you need to actually do what they're saying. Sometimes if you get it all for free, you won't even believe it works for you, and that's just a subliminal message that your brain tells you. It's even more crazy because back in like high school, I was so bad at being a student. Like I couldn't study. I couldn't even copy people's homework. Like I'd go to the Panera with a bunch of friends and they would give me their like English homework. They're like, "Yeah, just copy this." I would have pictures of it. I couldn't even sit there and copy it. My attention span was like completely gone. My level of enthusiasm for the school was just shot. It was just the repetition and like the environment was just so bad. It was manipulative. There was like social ladders. All these things were just so terrible for like the learning brain. The second I got to community college, I started to learn everything. I started to pick up self-development books. I started to read like Think and Grow Rich and all these different books that you wouldn't see someone with a 1.6 GPA start to read right when they graduated high school. For some reason, I started to figure out I really love to learn. I just didn't like to learn in the environment that I was in. Lacks discipline or has ADHD, can't focus, I would highly suggest waking up really early. Like I always heard people in my life being like, "Yeah, wake up at 5 a.m. Yep, wake up, gotta get to work." All these things, but I never actually took it to heart because I was like, dude, what are they doing? Like, why are they waking up so early? But really, if you can get ahead of your day and wake up early and set a ritual for your morning, you literally have full control over the rest of your day. I don't wake up with anxiety. I can get all the things I need to get done in one day, and I get to go to bed early. I go to bed at like 10:30 now, and I used to go to bed at like 3 a.m. I used to stay up all night trying to work on videos and work on scripts or whatever, and being up at 3 a.m. and like grinding and working, I was really just like spinning my tires and like I don't even know. I was like treading water and not going fast. I was like going so slow. I was doing like all my work at like half speed because I was distracted with reels or Discord with friends. Now it's like I can get something done so quick and so efficient that I have time blocks for everything. I have time blocks for the gym, time blocks for my calls for mentorship. I even have a 2-mile run that I do every morning. Every now and then I'll walk it because I've been getting some shin splints, but dude, it's next level. Let me be the first to tell you, because if you feel slightly connected to my story or you relate in some way, wake up earlier. Try to wake up as early as you physically can, because you might just be a person that works in extremes. And I hate that I sometimes am a person that works in extremes. It's like an all or nothing sort of situation. Effectively, I've like woken up for 17 days now since I've gotten back from Europe, which was literally on September 24th, and today is October 21st. So pretty much every day since I've been back, not every day, but so almost every single day since I've been back from Europe. And I'll tell you, it has changed my entire view on my life. I'm not kidding. I know it may seem boring, but that slight little change can change everything around you. If you have to wake up at like 8 a.m. to go to work, just wake up earlier. Like I swear, go to bed earlier. It's so much better. You'll get so much more done as long as you stay focused and have a clear idea of what you want. Well, I think that's it for today. It is like 90 degrees in the studio. I'm sweating. I've got jeans on and boots. I was supposed to be here for a little bit just to shoot a few B-roll clips, but I wanted to go on here and get on my soapbox about waking up early or starting to make content. If you'd like to work one-to-one with me and join my mentorship program, just go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram. I answer every single one of my DMs and we'll get you started. Thanks for watching. Hope we enjoyed, and see you in the next one.